Ladies and gentlemen, you are looking live at Hurricane Field's season opener for Georgia Southwestern tonight. The Hurricanes entertaining the Barons from Brewton-Parker College. This is the third match of the season for Brewton-Parker and their head coach Frankie Ruiz in his second season. The Barons with a mark of 0-1-1. Their tie coming on a trip to Ave Maria down in South Florida over the weekend. I believe 4-4 was the final score of that one. So they're both teams looking to get their first victory of the season. Hurricanes have wrapped up. They had a couple of preseason matchups. Andrew College. They had a matchup with the military base out of Columbus that puts a team together. So they had a couple of warm-up matches, fared well in both of those. And now they look to do it here under the lights. Shot by the Hurricanes. Quick strike off to the right. Hurricanes look to score quickly. Lots of new faces for the Hurricanes. First-year head coach Eric Crawford at the helm. Lots of, as we'll run down the starting 11 in just a moment here for you of both teams. Coach Crawford bringing in he's from Northeastern State University, bringing in his assistant coach, Eric Shepard. It's the Eric and Eric show. Both of them here getting started and looking to make their mark early in their collegiate coaching careers here. Both of them successful players back at Northeastern State University, and now they take it to the coaching ranks. Excited to get things going here and in front of a great crowd. 400 plus in attendance today for this one, as tonight's match will be followed with a spectacular fireworks show just to the right of your screen behind the goal where O'Neill Lewis, our GSW keeper, is located tonight. Good ball, this one out in front. Hurricanes, quickly try to do a punch in and can't quite get it to fall. So first we'll run down the starting lineup for opening 11 for Brewton-Parker, and then we'll come back and hit the Hurricanes for you really quick, give you a little stat line on each, not stat line, rather. There are no Hurricane stats yet, but a little bio piece on each of our Hurricanes starting 11 tonight. But first, let's meet the visitors from Brewton-Parker. I mentioned the head coach, Frankie Ruiz, at the helm. Last year, the Barons were here, and we'll talk about that in a moment, but it was fireworks night as well. First ever fireworks night. The guys stayed around, watched the show, and coach said, you know what, sign us up for next season. We'll come back for this one more time. We enjoyed it, and this time they brought the ladies with them. That was our first match of the evening, the Lady Hurricanes and Coach Enrique Rodriguez picking up a 1-0 win. Scored in the first midway through the first half and held on for the victory in what turned out to be a real exciting affair. Lots of opportunities for both teams to score, and some near misses across the way. As we try to get our mascot, Serge, here, an armful of goodies to take over to the crowd. Here, Serge, take that whole thing. I don't know if you're going to be able to give out any poster schedules tonight, but you can come back for those. Come back for those, Serge. You're doing a good job today. Yeah. Yeah, you no, we'll throw our shirts are in there. We'll throw the shirts at halftime. Okay. And not the golf softballs. I don't want those, got to stay in there. Okay. So you hear us talking a little promo strategy. Sorry, we got off tilter a little bit as we're calling the action. Now we're back. Serge, obviously the mascot for GSW, the center of attention tonight. Prior to kickoff, now I think everybody's focused on watching this exciting non-conference matchup here at Hurricane Field and seeing what this new-look Hurricane squad has to offer. Warren Russ, former coach of the Hurricanes, was here for double-digit seasons, I want to say 13, and decided to step away and take some time off from coaching, and he retired. Well, I don't know if we'll say retired. Coach Russ might be back in the coaching ranks at some point if he chooses to do so, but he wanted to get away from soccer for a little while and move on to other endeavors. So Coach Crawford was hired in the spring of last year and actually had a chance a month or two to spend with Coach Russ and kind of learn the program, the facility, what was coming back, what what the recruiting looked like in this area, and kind of give any pointers that he could before handing off the baton to Coach Crawford. Brewton-Parker starting 11. We'll get to it. We'll do it numerically for you. I believe tonight's goalkeeper is Bailey Pittman. So that's number 0, Bailey Pittman, the freshman keeper from Waycross, Georgia, leading things out for the Barons tonight. Joining him on the pitch, a 5'8" junior from Zimbabwe, number 2, Alex Messias. I apologize in advance if I get any of these names a little off or butchered. I'm doing my best, but we'll get through it. And again, my advanced apologies for you. Also in the starting 11 tonight for Brewton-Parker getting the call, 6'4" junior from Black River, St. Elizabeth, Jamaica, number 5, Atkins Banton. 6'1" junior from Richmond Hill, Georgia is number 6, junior Nyamunda. A 5'10" senior from Atlanta, Georgia is number 10, Manuel Casanova. 5'9" sophomore from Richmond Hill, Georgia, number 11, Malik Wilkes. 6' junior from Medellin, Colombia, number 14, Pablo Grajales. A 6' junior from Jacksonville, Florida is number 18, Isaiah Lezama. 6' freshman from Rome, Italy, number 19, Gianmarco Centrella. 6'3" sophomore from Armenia, Trinidad and Tobago, number 20, Isaiah Lamont. And also from Trinidad and Tobago, 6' sophomore, number 22, Tyreek Moore. That's a look at your starters for the visiting Barons in black tonight with the orange striping down the side. Hurricanes clad in their all-white Adidas kits tonight from head to toe. A good breeze coming in. It was about 14 miles an hour earlier in the evening, and now it's picked up here at the start of the men's game. Seemed like we had kind of calmed down, and here come the gusts again, blowing our tower and our backstop all around us, behind us, as we're trying to, in this open tower, trying to get a little, well, we don't really need the shade anymore, but a little shade earlier in the evening as the sun sets here at Hurricane Field behind the camera, behind us. So, with that being said, I'm going to slide in, and we've got Cade working the graphics for me tonight, a brand new addition to our broadcast team, and we're excited to have him, and we'll kind of learn each other's quirks and styles throughout the year, and he's bearing with me as I'm not giving him a whole lot of advance notice, but we'll go through numerically your Georgia Southwestern starting 11 here on opening night. Here's how it looks for Coach Crawford. In the between the pipes, the goalkeeper will be number 1, O'Neal Lewis. Joining O'Neal on the field, senior Rafi Faria, number 5. Following Faria is a freshman, number 6, Cole Davison. From Hanover, Jamaica, the captain tonight is number 7, Rashad Buchanan, making his first appearance in a Hurricanes uniform. Also a newcomer from Charleston, South Carolina is number 17, that's Kellen O'Hara. Another newcomer, junior transfer from Margate, Florida, number 20, Brian Zuniga. Here's a returner for the Hurricanes. His sister, I believe that was his sister, handing out tonight's game ball. The senior from Thomaston, Georgia, number 21, Caleb Zolman. Newcomer, junior transfer from Lawrenceville, Georgia, is Sean McKeever. Another newcomer, junior transfer from Green Island, Jamaica, is number 24, Raheem Alcock. Junior transfer, newcomer from Atlanta, Georgia, Josh Mackey. And finally, the freshman making his first collegiate start from Western Australia, it's number 28, Sebastian De Silva. Did I have Oh, I'm sorry. He changed jersey numbers on me, I think. Scroll down one time. Look at that. I'm sorry. They changed numbers on me. I didn't get it. That's not on. Scroll back up to the top real quick. Was there a De Silva in there? My apologies. I know Mr. De Silva, a new subscriber to our YouTube channel. We'll get that straight. I think Sebastian had perhaps had a jersey tweak, and we didn't have our slide done for him here, so we'll get that fixed for the next go-around. Physical contest, 34.5 to go in the opening half, and you can see it is definitely a Gold Force evening here in Americus. Collegiate gold, the official Adidas color of the Hurricanes. A little chance to move. The Hurricanes got to get through 2. Shot, left-footed shot, goal! Hurricanes on the board! So the Hurricanes strike first, didn't take long. The new era has begun, and the Hurricanes with a 1-0 lead over the Barons from Brewton-Parker. I believe that goal was scored by number 20. I need to confirm that. If so, it was Brian off the foot of Zuniga. Let's get some confirmation from that. Was that number 20? Thank you, sir. Long shot and goal scored. Hurricane goal scored by number 20, Brian Zuniga. Well, player down for Brewton-Parker. Official taking a look. Play continues. Hurricanes on the attack again. Tries to flick it back. Now I would assume the Barons will just try to get it out, and a whistle to try to stop play. There it is. They'll stop the clock. 33 stoppage of play. Stoppage at 33:14. And they'll check on the injured Brewton-Parker player down on the turf. Taking a look at this matchup between the Hurricanes, a little lower corner. Taking a look at how this series is shaped up over time here. GSW, this is a very, very even matchup over the course of the Hurricanes soccer program. The Hurricanes come into tonight's matchup, as you can see, with a slim 5-4-1 advantage in the series over their last 10 meetings. So it's been a very tight one. They did defeat the Barons last season right back here, as I mentioned. It was 2-0. And, again, despite suffering the loss, the Barons, were impressed with they really appreciated the hospitality and then, of course, the fireworks show. And they said, hey, that's something special for our guys to take part in and enjoy. We'd like to come back, and here they are. So instead of it being like a home-and-home series, which you would expect, come to my place, we'll go to yours, the Barons said, nah, it's all right. We'll come back again and take part of your fireworks night. As long as we're coming, it's got to be fireworks night, and sure enough, here you are. GSW playing their 14th. This is their 14th season of existence. You see their record all-time on opening day, 4-8-1. Injured player coming off the field now for, still checking on him. I was the other guy making his way towards the camera as I'm reading the graphic. 4-8-1 all-time record on opening day for Georgia Southwestern. The Lady Hurricanes picked up their 5th win all-time on opening day. Let's see if the Hurricanes can do some of the same. Well, while they're checking on the player, we'll just maybe see if you can, I know it's dark on the other side of the field, Gabrielle, on the top cam. See if you can zoom in on some of the folks that are across the way as they check in on the player. I don't have a number yet, and as soon as I get it for you, just check in on the crowd. Looks like number 6, she's saying as she zooms in. Let's just do a pan of the crowd. Again, several hundred, probably over 400 folks in attendance. There's still action on the street behind those folks. I know it's hard to see. We may have to, and I don't think we got the zoom set up to go that far.
You can go far, really far.
Well, yeah, I just don't have it's dark on the other side. You can just throw it down here to the Hurricanes. Keep the camera on them. Here comes the player. Not putting any weight on his left leg at the time. Does look like it might be number 6. She was right. And for Brewton-Parker, that'll be Junior Nyamunda. We hope he's all right. Again, it's the left leg, and he's not putting any weight on it as he's carried off the field over his arms around a few folks that are helping him get off the pitch. But you see the street is closed behind the bleachers where the fans are sitting. There's a busy road. They shut it down tonight, give it a kind of a block party type atmosphere. They've been cooking. There's food. There's beans. I say beans only because they were prepared by women's assistant basketball coach Nick Moonlight Graham. So apparently Moonlight Graham with an amazing batch of beans that just magical Moonlight's beans being consumed over there along with his the stuff they were grilling on the traditional ballpark fare. Burgers and dogs. Got the Canes 360 tent set up for its members. They've been enjoying it. It's been fans being welcome to carry in, be responsible, food, drinks. They just needed to get a wristband here at the pitch, so hopefully they are following the rules, and then we're having a safe and enjoyable evening. Fireworks to follow tonight for the season opener. Hurricanes back to action here with the ball temporarily until Brewton-Parker able to get some possession on it. We're going to back it up quite just a little bit. No, you're okay. We're just going to back up. Yeah, we're going to back it up a little bit, make it easier for you, okay? Only we'll go tight when it's a goal. On here's okay. We'll keep it back a little bit since it is a little bit faster pace. We'll keep the camera shot a little bit wider and see some of the more of the play develop that way. There you go. Now you got it, Gabrielle. We just go back to that other shot when it's kind of just lulled and there's not a whole lot happening. We'll do that one as we're working together here on the fly on opening night. Cole Clearman, the assistant men's basketball coach, as well as the head men's cross-country coach, also manning the grill tonight, along with Officer Eddie, retired from the campus police, coming back to do a little cooking. Pretty good line at the grill earlier, so I think they were very pleased with the eats being provided tonight by the athletics department on a special and fun evening under the lights. We welcome Barry Lee. Thanks for tuning in, subscribing to our channel. You done good. Just for those that want to join Barry, just click on that white GSW logo in the corner and quick subscribe, or otherwise the red subscribe button, if depending on what means of whether it's a mobile device or a desktop. That way you don't have to schedule anything. You'll get the alert of when we go live. So if something's running, if there's a doubleheader, we're running a little late, you don't have to keep checking back or in advance, writing it down in the schedule. We'll notify you if you want to of when the action begins. So Barry, we welcome you. Also Brian Russaw. Thanks for subscribing to our YouTube channel. Hope you'll enjoy it this season. There's Rick O'Hara. Welcome aboard. Thanks for subscribing to the channel. And we're glad your son's here, or your if he's not your son, your nephew, relative, friend. Good to have Kellen aboard. How are we doing, Kate? Everything going all right on the lighting? We're doing okay? All right. We got all these new subscribers rolling in. We got to keep them happy, bring them the action. Also, fans, don't forget one thing we will experiment with. I don't think we've gotten anybody to get on board yet tonight, but don't forget if you have or relay the information to your folks in Americus when they come to the matches. But use the hashtag GSW Game Day. GSW Game Day. And we will incorporate our tweets of the day into our broadcast. So you can say hi to somebody, let them know you're watching, let them know where you're at, and or have somebody here on this side take a quick selfie, take a quick pic, and we'd be happy to share those with our viewing audience, a chance to connect with the folks here in Americus, as well as those watching at home and all around the world with this group of rosters. We've got some international flair on both sides, so we hope they're enjoying the action. That shot's going to go behind the goal and off the back netting, protective netting, keeping it inside the playing field, or at least preventing it from going over the berm. There's a berm that goes down to the lower soccer fields, the practice fields here at GSW. There's two practice soccer fields running the same way that this one runs from, on left to right on your screen, but there's two side by side down the hill. Why I mention that is that's where tonight's fireworks show will be taking place. They'll be shooting from, they're right in the middle of those two, of that soccer practice area, and they'll be shooting them right up behind the goal that you're looking at right now, where O'Neill's kicking it away. Coming up from right over those trees. That line the back wall, and all around the field, actually forming a nice natural barrier and fence here at the at Hurricane Field. But the fireworks coming up right up over those trees, and it's right there, right in your face, and it's a beautiful show, and we're looking forward to that. And apparently several hundred other folks are, based on tonight's crowd. They just keep coming in, and it's great to see a great start to the opening night. Again, for the Barons, it's not their this is not their opener. They've played two matches so far already, and 0-1-1, looking for their first win of the season. And we'll wait just. Oh, Hurricanes. We'll wait a second. Here's the Hurricanes. I don't want to. It'd be just my luck that we'll interrupt a nice play here, but we've got a little graphic. There's not a whole lot of stats that you'll be able to see for the Hurricanes, obviously, with nothing happening yet. So we'll just wait a moment, and then I'll cue it up. Kate is waiting patiently for me to give him the sign. But let's see what happens off of this kick. Now's a good time to do it, as we'll get ready for the goal kick coming up. So there's a look at the stats to this point in the season. Again, nothing over on the right-hand column as the Hurricanes getting things started for Eric Crawford, although I guess you could add a 1 into the goals scored now as the Hurricanes are on the board. 0-1-1 for Brewton-Parker. They're a member affiliated with the NAIA, which is what GSW was for years and years and years and years until making the move to NCAA Division II, the 2006-2007 school year. 15 shots on goal. They've allowed opponents to take 19 on goal. 6 goals scored by Brewton-Parker, 4 coming in their last match. Opponents with 1 more at 7. You see the saves that the Brewton-Parker's keepers have had to make this season. 12 stops at a clip of 63.2%. And that's a look at your head-to-head team statistics. 4-4, and I'll go back to the Brewton-Parker schedule here in just a moment and let you know where their loss came at. Things finally cooling off. It was about 97 when the women started at 5:30. Now things starting to finally get comfortable. That breeze still picking up though, but I'm understanding it won't affect our post-game fireworks. 89, your current temperature in Americus. Clear skies, 89 degrees. Winds, I don't believe that, but they have simmered down to 6 miles an hour. But again, it's kind of hit or miss. Gusts coming up, and then it'll be calm for a moment, and then it'll hit us again with a big swooping gust of fun. Shot for Brewton-Parker, saved by O'Neill. O'Neill Lewis, in his first season, the junior transfer, came over with a couple of teammates from USC Salkehatchie. Hanover, Jamaica, the home for O'Neill Lewis, the GSW keeper. He transferred in, again, with the teammates Raheem Elcock and tonight's team captain, Rashad Buchanan. Had a great interview with Rashad on our podcast that is currently up. You can find us on iTunes, Spotify, or the host for our show, podcasts, plural, podcasts.com. But check us out on iTunes and Spotify. It's called The Hurricane Forecast. 4 with the number spelled out, F-O-U-R. Hurricane Forecast. We have 4 people on the mic, each of our shows, and Rashad was one of our guests, along with women's soccer. And our second show, we've just a brand new podcast started up. The kick is away, up, headed out of danger for momentarily. That's a nice kick out of the air like that. Good effort by, is that number 15, making O'Neill work. Number 19 with the kick for Brewton-Parker. Gianmarco Cantrella. Rashad. Rashad joining women's soccer player Shyla Stoops and myself, along with the women's head cross-country coach, Paula McDonald, the 4 of us making the last forecast. And go back and listen to it. Rashad tells some great stories because you wonder how, I mean, you got a trio of guys from Jamaica. How do you get seen? How do you get the offer? And he tells an interesting story on how his journey got him to Americas. Good stuff. So check us out on that podcast, The Hurricane. Do a quick search for The Hurricane Forecast. Rashad, a big fan of Chronics. That's his musician that he told me and us, the poor elderly statesman and myself and Coach McDonald. He said, you need to go listen to some Chronics, you'll feel better. Big fan of the Jamaican talent. Chronics with a couple of X's on the end. Got past a couple of Hurricanes. Shot fired. Lewis with another save for the Hurricanes. Very quick footwork, excellent dribbling to get through the defense, and a hard shot that Lewis has to work to make another save. First substitution of the match at our next opportunity, and it'll come from Brewton-Parker. Adrian Garcia, the new player at the next opportunity. Pass, shot, up, over the crossbar. Lots of exciting offense here in the early going from both teams. Brewton-Parker substitution. Checking into the match is number 3, Adrian Garcia. So Garcia, the first sub of the evening. It comes with about 18.5 to go in the first. No breaks in this one. The ladies had a mid-half water break, but I think with things cooling off for the night matches, it's up to the teams to agree to it, and they're going to play on and play a full half. No breaks in the action. Kick is up. Block. Nice job to get in the way of that one. The one-man wall. Sean McKeever with the deflection. Hurricanes flick it over. It's trying to track it down is O'Hara. Far side of the field, right in front of some riled up Hurricane fans. Here's the pass down to the side. Who will get there first? It'll be the keeper for Brewton-Parker. Pittman picking that one up before GSW can get to it. Kick is away. Flicks it off to the side. Now he's got a chance to make a run. Good piece of defense. Well done to force the corner kick. Holding his own on the defensive side for the Hurricanes. Is that down there? You got a better vantage point, I think, than I did looking through the posts here. Corner kick coming up for Brewton-Parker. Hand is up. Kick is away. They'll take it to the other side. Trying to find O'Hara again. Nice long ball, but Lewis is there at the top of the box to scoop it up before any damage can be done. Wow, that's why. You could hear Coach Crawford saying, that's all right, let's see where it goes. You never know, and sure enough, if that ball's over about 2-3 feet, it's a goal as the ball squirts through Pittman's hands, but will only lead to a goal, corner kick. Here we go. That could have been a very huge whoops. But nonetheless, the Hurricanes will have to make the most out of a corner kick. See what they've got. A little size. Yeah, that's all right. You can put it back. There's the kick. There you go. Brewton-Parker the first to get a touch on it, and they'll kick it out. And another corner kick on the far side. Will O'Hara take it? No, he's going to leave it out there. Coming down to take the corner kick for Georgia Southwestern, I believe, will be number 20, Zuniga. Real dark down in that corner. I know it's hard for you to see. There's the kick, high and far, a little farther over the intended line and the intended receiver for GSW. So ball rolls out, goal kick coming up. Pittman will put it away here momentarily for the Barons. So, fans, we mentioned there's a bunch of ways that you can connect with us. We've already got a few new subscribers, which is great. You would hope on opening night some new family members can get on board and follow us and lock in for the season. Next home match coming 1 week from Saturday, the 14th. The men will actually be the first game of that doubleheader. There aren't a lot of doubleheaders this year. Men and women have separate schedules, don't play even in the same conference opponents for the second year now in the Peach Belt. So the women might be at one foe, and the men might be hosting a completely different team in the conference. But we do have a doubleheader next Saturday. The women will play at the men will play at 5 o'clock. Punched in the air by Lewis, now kicked up and booted away. Excellent clearing by the Hurricanes. 7 o'clock the women play, 5 o'clock the men play, and again, it's a week from Saturday. Surge's Splash Zone will have a water slide obstacle course set up, and it's youth soccer night. So we will be encouraging local youth to come in their uniform, wear their tops at least, throw the swim trunks on underneath, come out, meet the Hurricanes, Lady Canes, and then hit the slides and enjoy themselves. Tonight it's the fireworks show. Our final doubleheader comes in October, and that'll be our Cornhole Championship. So every time we've had a doubleheader, on the weekends, we tend to have a little extra something special planned out for you. And a lot of fun if you can make it. But again, YouTube subscribers can find us on right here, GSW Athletics. Little white GSW logo down in the corner. Click on it, subscribe, and lock us in. And we'll show you some of our other platforms here in just a moment. We'll start with, since we're already on GSW Athletics, let's stick with another account of ours that has the handle of GSW Athletics, and that's our Twitter feed. You see it there in front of you. O'Neal boots it away. GSW Athletics on Twitter. GSW Athletics on Twitter. Facebook and Instagram users, it's slightly different. We'll put up our Facebook account first. There you see it on your screen. GSW Hurricanes. That's our fan page, GSW Hurricanes. And for those of you that are Instagram users, we have a lot of fun with our Instagram page. It's the same as Facebook, GSW Hurricanes. GSW Hurricanes on Instagram as well as Facebook. All kinds of social platforms. Again, the easiest, the old school website, we got that too, gswcanes.com. gswcanes.com, that's where our live stats feed is, our links are in the schedule portion of the website. For the men's soccer team, you'll see the bars, kind of bar graph. Click on that if you haven't already. If you like to have the stats in front of you, follow the action, follow your favorite player, follow your favorite team, along with watching the video action again here on YouTube. gswcanes.com, where you can find those links. Looks like Coach Crawford's going to go to the bench for the first time and make a substitution here at the next opportunity. Number 19, I believe that's Devin Moak. Let's make him double check on that one. It sure is. Devin Moak, the junior from Norcross, Georgia, about to check in for the Hurricanes. Under 10 to go. First half of action. Player down. Quickly put in play. 23 pops back up after the foul called. Breakaway attempt. Offsides, I believe. Yep, he drops the flag. And the offsides is called on Brewton-Parker, staving off what would have been a breakaway opportunity. Lewis up for the challenge. But the whistle brings the attack to a halt. There's the kick. Buchanan going to get whistled for the foul on that one, giving Brewton-Parker the possession back with 8.5 to go in the first half. Kick away. Looks like it's going to get over the defensive line, but quickly recovering for the Hurricanes. Gets it back to the middle. The shot, there it is, the equalizer, Brewton-Parker. Quick strike for Brewton-Parker. I'm trying to find a number for you. Substitutions coming in. We'll see if we can get the zoom in on that guy that. Yeah, it went right behind the official. Number 2? All right, thank you. Brewton-Parker goal scored by number 2, Alex Messias. We're all square, one apiece after the equalizer delivered there on that exchange. That was a nice exchange by Brewton-Parker to get the tying score. Just a little quicker to the spot. And they found the crease in the opening in the GSW defense, bringing that one almost off the goal line, back into play right in front of the goal for a well-placed shot on the quick touch to even this one up. It's a good match so far. Okay. All right. Looks like. Okay. Hurricanes looking to another player in on a substitution. We had Moak come in before after the goal was scored. And now we'll get another sub in for GSW. And making his first appearance of the evening, it'll be number 8, Pedro Chung. We'll introduce him to the crowd. Checking into the match for the Hurricanes is number 8, Pedro Chung. Pretty cool to have the. If you didn't see the women's match, the start of that evening, or our start of the evening, the ball brought to center field, or the midfield, I guess. Inside the midfield circle by the Lifelight Aerovac helicopter. So that was pretty cool to have them drop in and bring the game ball to us for the women's match. And then, of course, you saw Miss Zolman, a Surge Kids Club member, present the men's game ball to tonight's referees. So nice start to both matches here this evening. Hurricanes on the far side, trying to dribble in. Will they get a shot away? It'll be kicked out, and GSW will have a corner kick. Okay. Number 9 to check in for Brewton-Parker at their next opportunity. GSW will just kick it down into the corner, and it'll give the substitution attempt coming in here for the Barons. Checking in for Brewton-Parker is number 9, Ermin Omarajic. I kind of butchered that one, huh? Close. Yeah, that's not bad. Did I? So my apologies, Coach. So I was close. I was close. I did not quite, but. And my apologies to his family if they're listening. Omarajic, I think, is how I needed to say it. Throw-in coming for Brewton-Parker here on just under our media tower. They'll throw it in towards goal. Found a little spot, soft spot in the defense, possibly. GSW converging, and now we'll kick it forward. As we approach the 1-minute mark of the first half, and it's been an exciting one. We'll announce it for the crowd here in attendance. 1 minute remaining in the first half. 1 minute. Hurricanes looking to move quickly to see if they can give themselves an attempt. Get a shot on goal here in the closing seconds. Ball towards the far post will be picked up. And your Coach Crawford telling the guys to get back, drop. Maybe a little pressure on as we approach the 22nd mark left here. And we'll count down the final 10 for the teams. 10 seconds remaining. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. That'll do it for the first half of action here from Hurricane Field. Your score all tied up, 1 apiece. We'll prepare for our halftime activities. I believe Serge is coming back from a break, so he will have a handful of T-shirts. You can join the Gold Force tonight if you can collect one of those gold T-shirts from Serge. He'll be launching them into the crowd in just a few minutes. But first things first, the ladies are going to set things up for our Two Dukes Barbecue Chipping Challenge. We'll get as many folks as we can an opportunity to chip the golf ball. It's a real simple contest. You get to make contact. Flag stick is going to get this wonderful prize pack that includes a Two Dukes Barbecue College combo. Two Dukes Barbecue is located about a block away from campus. You just go out the intersection to your right, head to the next set of stoplights, and there is Two Dukes Barbecue on your right-hand side. College combos, sandwich, chips, and a drink, as well as a GSW Athletic Department Gold Force T-shirt. So come on down. We're getting a nice little line set up. We've got until about the 5-minute mark. And we'll get as many folks in as we can. Usually we can get everybody an attempt, but when you've got a couple hundred in attendance, it might be a little bit more of a challenge. So we'll do our best to get as many folks in. You get one time to make contact with the ball. If you swing and you miss, it happens. We'll keep moving on. We'll give you another crack at it. We hope those. Oh, go ahead. Oh, am I muted right now? No. Okay. Folks, I'm going to step back in. You hear me already doing the mid halftime activity stuff. Before we do that, on your video broadcast, we're going to kick it to a few of our corporate partners. We thank Zaxby's, Synovus Bank, Phoebe Sumter, and the entire Phoebe medical community for being a partner of Georgia Southwestern Athletics. Take a quick look at their commercials and enjoy the action. We're going to mute the mic here as we'll start playing some music, and we don't want YouTube to get nasty with us and start blocking us because of copyright infringement. So we're going to mute things, but you'll have a chance to enjoy the words from our sponsors, and we'll be back with you in a little bit for the second half of action, all tied up here at 1 on opening night 2019.
At Zaxby's, there's nothing better than hand-breaded chicken, unless it's hand-breaded chicken with sauce. From sweet to savory, mild to wild, even that world-famous Zax sauce. Whatever you're craving, we've got the sauce at Zaxby's.
Here is where we're from. Here made us who we are. Here is where we learn relationships are worth more than dollars can measure. It's a value that grows over time, strengthens under pressure, and thrives when serving others. We're Synovus, and we're here for our community because we live here too. Synovus, the bank of here.
At Zaxby's, chicken and delicious go hand in hand, as in hand-breaded, hand-seasoned, and handmade to order. There's only one place you can get chicken like that: Zaxby's.
Second half of action underway here. Hopefully enjoy the break a little bit. Ooh. A little tough collision there. Player down for the Hurricanes on that one.
Did you drink the right one? Okay, just making sure. I was like, drink my.
Oh, you're good. I put mine down there. We're good. Thank you. No. Crowd getting a little rowdy now over on the far side. Surge working the crowd pretty darn good over there, getting them fired up. He's got an arm full of T-shirts. He's bribing them with T-shirts for a little noise on the far side. Plenty of collegiate gold shirts to be given out. As part of our Gold Force initiative, we encourage you to throw a little gold on. Thursdays are golden, and you can be part of the Gold Force movement. Send our student athletes off with a gust into weekend battle. It's the Gold Force. We encourage all of our alumni, community members, family, student athletes, GSW students, and our entire community to take part in it and show their pride and wear a little GSW gold on Thursdays throughout the school year. We've actually got an online store from Adidas with nothing but collegiate gold apparel. Whatever they've got available in that color is, whether it's hats, jackets, shirts. We've got a temporary store set up. You can find the link to the store. It's only open for 1 week, and then they'll process all the orders and get all the merchandise. It'll be up approximately 2 weeks after the store closes. You should have less than that, hopefully. You have your gear. And for those interested in joining the Gold Force and getting a GSW labeled or logoed piece of Adidas apparel, the link to the store is on our website. Go to the main page. You'll see all the scrolling stories, and you'll see all the actual images of the apparel right there on the main page at gswcanes.com. gswcanes.com. They must have shut the grill down or something. I could smell the smoke or the char from the grill. The coals have drifted over this way. Surprised we hadn't smelled it earlier. They were eating food at 6 o'clock. All right, I'm going to let you listen to the sweet sounds of the match for just a moment. Step away from the mic as I talk to our mascot, Surge. We have some serious business to discuss, but enjoy the sounds of the match, and I'll be back with you in just a moment.
Georgia Southwestern substitution back in the match for the Hurricanes is number 17, Kellen O'Hara.
Kellen O'Hara back in the match now, getting some action here in the second half. He checks in. Sorry, as I adjust my headset here.
It was almost there. It was almost there.
Whistle blown. I'm trying to see if they stopped the clock. Looks like the Hurricanes are going to be set up for a penalty kick. So we got back just in time. Hopefully, does she have the camera? No. So you'll probably be ready to zoom in if we see where the action goes. Hurricanes will decide who's going to take the PK. Yeah, you can zoom in. If this goes in, the shot being taken, it'll be Zuniga. Well, actually, yeah. Well, I take that back. They got Brian in front of the ball, but coming over from the side. Yep, they'll wait for the sign. The whistle blown. The kick by Brian is up, and he goes lower right. Goal for the Hurricanes. They take the lead. Hurricanes take the lead on the PK conversion by number 20, Brian Zuniga. Look who's back, number 20, stumbles down, kind of loses his balance as he knew he was going to have to take a perfect run. Defense quickly approaching, a little speed. They're going to get the foul call, I believe. The GSW bench wanting it there. Let's see if we can get you some current statistics here in the men's match. There's the kick, back post. Pittman just punches it out. Nobody there for the Hurricanes to try to tap it back in. Kick is up, back post. Nobody there as it comes up a little bit farther up the box. Taking a look at our current statistics matchup. GSW with a slight lead in the shots category. The Hurricanes again on the board, leading 2-1. 11-7 is the shot count now in favor of the Hurricanes. Shots on goal, Georgia Southwestern with 6. Brewton-Parker has fired all 4 on goal. All 4 saves being made, or 4 saves rather being made. Oh, sub coming up, okay. 4 saves made by Pittman for Brewton-Parker. GSW's O'Neill Lewis has stopped 3 so far in the match. Corner kicks, Georgia Southwestern with a substantial edge in that category, 7-2 on the corner kick side. Both teams have been whistled for an offsides. Fouls in the home team actually whistled with a couple extra, 6-4 GSW on the foul side of things. Hurricanes have a yellow card that's been issued as well in the match. Looking to check back in for Georgia Southwestern at the next opportunity will be number 19, Divin Moak. Messias with the goal for Brewton-Parker, if you're just joining us. Had that back in the first half. Georgia Southwestern, both goals have been scored by number 20 for the Hurricanes, Zuniga. And 20, Brian with the ball now, looking to make a little more happen and extend the Hurricanes' lead. Kick away. Kind of flicked out towards the side. I don't know if he'll get, yep, got there before, got out of bounds. Now we'll bring it back in. Two men battling. And the whistle will be blown. I think the Hurricanes possibly, nope, not going to get their sub in yet. Moak will have to wait. Buchanan is the recipient of the yellow card that was issued earlier, the game's lone card that's been issued. It was a pretty good match when these two teams get together. The Hurricanes pulled away last year for the 2-0 win, but this is, again, as I mentioned earlier in the broadcast, a series that's been almost 50-50. 5-4-1 is GSW's record against Brewton-Parker over their last 10 meetings. Foul's been called. I believe he'll be outside the box, however, and now they will call for the stoppage of time. They can stop. I believe he signaled for the stop of the clock. And the clock does stop now at 27:31. Subs now for both teams at the next opportunity. Number 19, double 19s. 19 is, again, Moak, still waiting to get on the pitch. Back on the pitch in the second half for GSW. And Centrella is going to come in for Brewton-Parker at the next opportunity. 0-1-1 record for Brewton-Parker. There's the... 4-4 draw back on Saturday at Ave Maria, which, again, if I'm not mistaken, way down there in southwest Florida. A long trip. I think it was supposed to be kind of a swing where they get a couple of matches in while they were down there, but the pending weather and there was a early cancellation of their second match, or the other match that was scheduled while they were down there had to be canceled. So a 4-4 tie against Ave Maria. That's what the Barons are coming off of. And then the first match of the year was back on last Tuesday, a week and a half ago. Waiting for that to load. Here's my slow processing phone. Savannah College of Art and Design, another NAI program, the SCAD Bees, handed Brewton-Parker the loss in that one. Trying to see if I could find what the score was. I'm not really reading. That's what I needed, the schedule button. Subs coming in now as the referee allows both teams to bring their players on. Substitutions for both teams. Checking back into the match for Brewton-Parker is number 19, Gianmarco Centrella. And the Hurricane substitution is number 19, Divin Moak. 3-2 was the loss to SCAD at home on the 27th of August. So that's how the Barons reached their 0-1 mark coming into play today. Yeah, Johnson and Wales was the game match scheduled for the 2nd of September that ended up being canceled on that Florida swing for the Barons. So 0-1. Next match coming up for the Barons will be on the 10th. A little home cooking as they get to host St. Andrews University on September 10th. GSW has a Tuesday, if I'm not mistaken, a Tuesday road trip ahead of them. Always a good match against Middle Georgia State. Before coming home a week from Saturday. As we look ahead to the Hurricane schedule. Checking back into the match for Georgia Southwestern is number 17, Kellen O'Hara. And there's O'Hara with the shot, right foot deflected off the keeper. Pittman slides down and makes the stop. Well, that was a quick impact made by Mr. O'Hara. Still a lot of time in this one. 26 minutes, as you can see, we approach. GSW tries to get it out front. Trying to. Tuesday trip to Middle Georgia, Cochran, Georgia is where they'll be heading. 7:30, the men play against the Knights, another NAI program that kind of has had the better part of that series. And those two teams have met. So GSW will take in this fresh new look team and see if they can change their ways against the Knights. That, again, a road trip coming up. Next match for GSW on Tuesday, September 10th. Then 1 week from Saturday, as I've mentioned before, the next home match, and it's Surges Splash Zone, water slides of the water obstacle course out there for the kids. Youth Soccer Day. Kids are encouraged to wear their youth soccer jerseys where they'll be introduced on the field or introduced as a group on the field with the Hurricanes at the time of the starting lineups. And they'll have a chance to shoot a goal against Surge, the keeper, that afternoon. 5 o'clock, the men play against Faulkner University coming to town on Saturday the 14th. Trip to another familiar foe, Auburn-Montgomery. For years an NAIA combatant, same conference, Southern States Conference. And now Auburn-Montgomery just recently making the move over to NCAA Division II. I think this will be their second full season as a member of the NCAA. So that's a look ahead for the Hurricanes' upcoming schedule. Good to finally have fall sports up and running. Our Georgia Southwestern State University cross-country teams, the men and the women. The men racing their first ever event in program history. Brand new program. Colt Clearman, the head coach, didn't have a whole lot of time to put a roster together. The men and the women race tomorrow in Valdosta. Freedom Park, the site of the VSU Blazer, I think they call it the Blazer Bash, the Blazer Race. But anyway, they'll be down there in Valdosta. And again, the men racing. Shot and saved by Lewis. That one right in the belly. Tomorrow night in Valdosta, we wish our cross-country programs the best of luck in their season opener coming up tomorrow night. They'll slow things down as Brewton-Parker tries to put the ball down quickly and get it away, but whistle blown, discussions to be had. As there's also a player down, as you're seeing on the turf for the Hurricanes. Slow to get up. The buzz of the drone. Moak gets around his one man. Now we'll try to head towards the goal. The deflection out of bounds and a throw in coming for the Hurricanes. Tried to flick it back to Moak. Now it's cleared away by Brewton-Parker. Man down, as you can see on your screen. Slow to get up. Both benches getting a little chippy now, talking, waiting. Obviously, Brewton-Parker wants the pace of play to pick up a little bit. He's got that thing. Oh, it was going down over there. I thought it was like in the angle. I thought it was going to fall in the middle of the field. Need the Brewton-Parker substitution checking into the match is number 17, Declan Owen. So our first look at Mr. Owen, a freshman from Vidalia, Georgia, checks in for Brewton-Parker. Now they'll turn and go. Brewton-Parker's got to get through about a five-man line there. Couldn't get it through. Ooh, hard collision. And they'll stop the clock. Stop the clock. Stop the clock. Come on, he signaled to stop the clock. Guys, he signaled to stop the clock as soon as it happened. Card will be issued. Ball back in play now after the card has been issued. Smells. Yeah, smells good. They've moved on to different meats on the grill now. Back in the match for the Hurricanes is number 20, Brian Zuniga. Kick is away. Blocked out by Pittman. Good job to get over the top of the crowd and knock that one down into the turf. Hurricanes with a little spunk trying to get it back in the shot. Up over the crossbar. They'd like to have that one back, I would imagine. But it was a good effort. Just, with the quick touch off and up and over the goal. Still a one goal difference as time starting to perhaps up the anxiety level as we near 15 minutes. So you're starting to sense a little bit more aggression, anticipation, and push coming from the fellas in the black uniforms here. They'll stop the clock as the two teams are clock stopped by the referee as the teams were jawing back and forth. Now they'll resume play. Here we go. Clock's back up and running again, and the Hurricanes will go. Moak's got to get around one man. A good fight and a good defensive effort. Forces the throw in for the Hurricanes, so they'll run down and see who will toss it in. Number 28. Da Silva will take the throw in, it looks like. And the Barons push out in front. O'Neal will race to the ball and get there just in time. This time GSW looking to make the run. Got a couple guys. Can they get one through to Moak? Nope. Little miscommunication, I think. Moak has the big play ability. He was a spark last year for Coach Russ. came off the bench and kind of gave that burst to catch the folks where they were maybe half a step slower than they were earlier, and he could use his speed and footwork to get through the crowd. And now I think, they're looking at him doing something similar here again this year, and you hear the bench saying, it'll come, it'll come, it'll come. So be patient, see if Devin can make that breakaway. As GSW on the attack here again. The Barons now set up defensively. Got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, about 7 guys, plus the keeper down on this end. They'll have to whittle their way through. A deflection will go out of bounds, and it's like a goal kick ensues for Pittman and the Barons. Nice. Ooh, could try to go to the far post. Whoa. Clock stopped with 11:39. High kick to the left of the far post. A pretty good effort from that far out for the Barons, but the shot is off the mark. And Lewis will patiently line it up with 11 to go. Hurricanes still clinging to their 1-goal advantage. Whistle on the Barons. They'll get the free kick up for the Hurricanes. They get the ball in the right spot. Quick play, and here comes, ooh, nice move by Zuniga. Here he goes, sliding and weaving. No whistle on this one. Ball's going to go down, and they keep it in play. Here come the Barons. That long dribble, though, is going to get the Hurricanes a chance to get a boot in there. Whistle on Southwestern. And the Barons will put it down and go. They've got to move as time is not on their side. Approaching the 8-minute mark to go. Kick away. Nice, deep, long kick. Who's going to be there first? Hurricanes will head it up in the air. Second touch also to the Hurricanes. Able to push the Barons back to almost back to where they were on this side of the field at least. Just across from where that kick was. So number 14 getting ready to check in for Brewton-Parker at the next opportunity. Pablo Grajales. I'm sorry if I said that wrong. Corner kick coming up for the Hurricanes. Kicks away. That one will bounce and roll, and thankfully the Hurricanes will get another look as it goes over the hill and down into the practice field where they're setting up for tonight's fireworks show. We'll reset and do it again. A sea of gold awaits on the far side of the field as the Hurricanes look to extend the lead off this one. The header up in the air. Bouncing around, and now it'll be cleared out by the Barons. Both teams fighting. Loose ball, middle of the field. Brewton-Parker back in control. Pittman coming way up out of his comfort zone to push that away before, as you could see, Moak might have been, just wasn't a situation he wanted to explore if Moak would have got there just ahead of the defender. So Pittman takes it in his own hands and kicks it away. GSW still holding on, still waiting to get that Brewton-Parker substitution in. Ball's been out of play a couple of times, but it's always been a GSW possession. They're going to check on the player that's down. That kick ends up being up near the face. Whistle blown, foul. It's just outside of the box, so no PK, as you can see from the camera shot here. But Georgia Southwestern will be set up to try to do something here, some options. Under 4, the Hurricanes setting up. See what they can pull off of this exchange. The kick, decides to go. Now Brewton-Parker will get their sub in. I think he was going for just kind of kick it as hard as you can and see if you can get one up in the top shelf, but a little too high, a little too much, and the Hurricanes come up empty on that exchange. Brewton-Parker finally gets that sub in. Waiting so patiently. Moak with some nice footwork. Brewton-Parker substitution. Checking into the match is number 15, Bryce Robinson. Well, Robinson has to provide the spark the Barons need here. On the backside, but it caught out of position. A chance for a shot, perhaps. Left-footed shot over Pittman. No! Just to the left. 2.5 to go. That one just off the mark. Pittman hustling around to get the ball back in play as time ticking away from the Barons. Ball down, kick away quickly. Man, what an opportunity GSW had to bust that one open. Now they got to buckle down and no let up over the final 2 minutes as we get there. Whistle blown, they'll throw him back. Here comes the throw in, push him back rather on where that spot was. And now, of course, a sense of urgency coming from the fellas in black. Under 2 minutes to go. Good through ball. Who's going to get there first? Here comes Lewis. And they'll stop the clock with 108 rather, still to go. Well, boys, get a breath. Refuel if you can, because it's going to be an all-out 68 seconds to close this one out. You can bet. Well, the fireworks not quite going to go off at 9:15 tonight. We'll probably we'll have to mute it, most likely. We'll try to keep the feed going for those of you that. Okay. So we'll have a 5-minute window before to set up and to clear the field. Specifically down on the one end of the field where the practice fields are. There's folks sitting up kind of behind the goal or just to the side of the goal, and we have to clear that area off and move everybody to the sidelines just for safety purposes. So we'll probably keep it here with you. We may mute the audio, but we'll keep it here, and then when the fireworks start up, we'll maybe kick the audio back on for you and enjoy. Hopefully you can enjoy a taste of what our fans are going to get here tonight in just a few minutes. 108 to go. We wait for the ball to get in play. And then it's an all-out craziness for the final spell here. One minute remaining in the match. feel like Brewton-Parker's got this last run in them. This could be it. They've got to do it now as time's closing in on the final horn. The shot hit it up in the air. I'll count it down. 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Yeah, you go ahead and mute the audio. You can leave the Well, folks, here we go. Post-game fireworks. Enjoy the action. Enjoy the noise. Enjoy the sounds. Hurricanes win on opening night. Final score 2-1. And now the highlight of the evening. It's fireworks time. Yeah, we're going to play a little background music, so we're going to mute out our speakers, but enjoy the show. We'll be back in a moment.